How to learn to read the Talmud. The Talmud is the collection of ancient rabbinic writings consisting of the Mishnah and the Gemara, constituting the basis of religious authority in Orthodox Judaism. Here's what you need to know. Steps. 1. There are two Talmuds. The Babylonian Talmud and the Jerusalem Talmud. Ask your rabbi which Talmud to study and why. 2. Learn to read Hebrew. The Hebrew language has symbols and vowels below the letters to make the Talmud easier to read. 3. If you're not already an Orthodox Jew, study Orthodox Judaism. It's not necessary to be Orthodox to study the Talmud. 4. Study as much of the Tanakh, Jewish Bible, as much as possible, with particular attention to the Torah, also called the 5 books of Moses. 5. Study the Mishnah. Formally, the Talmud is organized as a commentary on the Mishnah, although its frequent digressions give it a much wider scope. For breadth of knowledge, studying the Mishnah in English may be useful at the outset, but it is important to become skilled at reading it in Hebrew. Many beginning students of Mishnah have found the addition with the commentary of Rabbi Pinchas Kehati particularly valuable. 6. Study a traditional Jewish work written in Hebrew without vowels and symbols. The Talmud and its commentaries do not include them, which many beginning students find intimidating. Mastering the skill of reading Hebrew without vowels and symbols before starting to study Talmud makes this transition easier. A particularly good text to use for this purpose is the Restatement of Jewish Law by Moses Maimonides, known to traditional Jews as the Rambam. His book is known in Hebrew as Mishnah Torah. It is written in a Hebrew style similar to that of the Mishnah, and includes information that will be useful when beginning Talmud study. Beginners may wish to start with the Koren Talmud Bavli edition, which has a clear English translation of the Talmud text and the traditional Daf Vilna page with vowels and symbols. It also has helpful commentary and notes in the margins by Rabbi Adin Steinsaltz, which clarifies the Talmudic text. 7. Acquire a basic knowledge of Aramaic grammar. Many beginning students of Talmud skip this step and later encounter serious difficulties because they did so. Aramaic has several dialects, so try to find a resource that focuses on the dialect of the Babylonian Talmud. Aiding Talmud Study by Rabbi Aryeh Carmell and the Reference Guide to the Talmud, also by Rabbi Adin Steinsaltz, are popular choices for this purpose. 8. Begin studying the Talmud. For this you will need, at a minimum, 2 other people. 1. A rabbi or Hebrew teacher, whose knowledge and skill in Talmud study should be far above your own. 2. A study partner, whose knowledge and skill in Talmud study should be as near as possible to yours. The preferred method of study is that you and your study partner go over a section of Talmudic text together, challenging each other until each is certain that both fully understand every word, phrase, statement, and argument in the passage and the structure of the passage as a whole. The pair, or pairs, who make up the Hebrew teacher's Talmud class then meet with the Hebrew teacher, who uses a kind of Socratic method to uncover and remedy any misunderstandings, and to reveal deeper levels of meaning in the text than the students would be able to see on their own. 9. Find a yeshiva. If you are female, may be called a Midrasha, which is a traditional Talmudic school in which to study more intensively. True mastery of the art of Talmud study is very difficult to achieve without at least a year of full-time study. Moreover, the Talmud was itself composed in the yeshivas of Babylonia. There is no way to fully appreciate its internal dynamic without first-hand experience of the yeshiva setting and atmosphere. 10. Continue your studying after leaving the yeshiva. The Talmud requires regular study so you don't fall behind. Tips. Be prepared to be patient. Mastering the art of Talmud study, starting from scratch, usually takes between 3 and 7 years, depending on the number of hours a week the student devotes to it, how hard he works in those hours, and his aptitude at learning new languages. Remember that in learning Talmud, your goal should be the journey, not the destination. Every new Hebrew letter, Torah verse, paragraph of Mishnah, grammatical fine point, or line of Talmud that you learn is another spark of holiness. That is, a new window into the world of Jewish faith, history, and culture. Warnings. Not all Talmudic sources are reliable, so talk to your rabbi about finding those that are.